It's Kiki San Antonio. Today's video is a little bit different. It's going to be a tea ceremony called Gongfucha, making tea with skill and effort, and a bit of an interview with Miss Tammy Martinez at the Steepedleaf Tea Cafe and Lounge. So, thank you for having us today, Miss Tammy. Yeah, so where are we at today?
So, we are housed inside of the Painted Tree Boutique.
Ooh, okay.
So there's over 200 vendors in these shops, and I would say that probably the majority of them are women. So we're all small business owners, and they all have their own little unique boutiques.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like, they're pretty cool. They're kind of like rooms, you know, like sectioned off.
Yes.
So yeah, nice.
So they don't have to be here. You know, they it's nice when they are here, so you can talk to the customer. They don't have to be here. And then, you know, people come and shop and they take their items up to the front. Yeah. But I'm housed inside of this, so I'm my own little business. And
would you show the sleeve?
So yeah, we're the Steepedleaf Tea Lounge and Cafe.
Yes, and you know, actually, we were walking by a couple days ago, and then we just saw her back there in this like kitchen area, and I was like, I was peering at her and staring at her, and then we made eye contact, and it was like a stare off, a gentle stare off, and then she's like, "You want tea?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll have some tea," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's like a whole tea shop, and you guys have pastries and everything," so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we are. That's what we do. I mean, it's all about the tea.
All about the tea. I like that. That's going on a shirt.
Yeah,
it's all about the tea.
Yeah, it's all about the tea and the experience. So you know, when our guests come, we do things like tea flights. We have tea 101 classes. I'm a certified tea specialist. So and it is. So it's a lot about the experience and.
I mean, the presentation is nice, so.
And so, like, what I have set up for you here today is, so I offer on my website Gongfucha sessions, which this is what this is called. So it's the art of steeping tea with effort, very hands-on.
And you said this one was the European style?
It's an Eastern style.
It's an Eastern style. Okay, Gongfucha, the Eastern style.
Yeah, and it's a Chinese method. You know, Koreans do a similar processing of tea this way. So it's just like I said, styles from the Eastern culture. And yeah. So you know, one thing about the Gongfucha is that it's very different from the Western style of tea brewing. In the West, here in the States, we use a little tea with a lot of water. Right. So we steep a little bit of tea in a big old pot of water, and you know, and you serve it. Nothing wrong with that. Eastern style of tea brewing, there's a little more intentionality to it, connecting with the tea and processing it. Visually looking at it, seeing the teas unfurl, and you know, you're actually participating in making the tea versus having some tea in a tea bag and just dumping it in the water, and you know, and super hot and like burning the tea up, and then just gulping it down. Hashtag respect the leaves. Respect the, okay, we got all the t-shirt memos. Okay, all about the tea. Respect the leaves. Hey, that's not copyrighted. I'm taking it off. It isn't. Free to leave maybe. That's another one. But yeah, because we are all about the loose leaf tea. So you've got a different flavor, a more profundity of just all the aromatics. I mean, you get to smell the leaves. The flavors are a little bit more full because in the Eastern style of tea brewing, we use a lot of leaf. Like this, so we got I know to use all this, but that's a lot of leaves, and this is a ruby oolong, which will be, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Ruby oolong, and then you can see they're all rolled, it's a bunch of rolled. So when the water hits them, they unfurl. Wow. They unfurl. And then a lot of leaf and smaller vessels. Right. Okay. This is called a gaiwan. And it just literally translated lidded bowl. So it's a bowl with a lid. Okay. And you know, a lot of them do, come with the little saucer, some don't, but that's just this style of tea brewing. And you can just see it's, it's a small vessel, and we'll use a lot of leaf in there, and full of flavor. Like I said, the aromatics and everything is lovely. So also in the culture, in the Chinese style of tea brewing, you may see a pet.
A pet, okay.
And
to
so
watch over
this,
the tea.
he's participating, in all things with the tea. And this is our little tea pet. He's a rat, and he's been featured on Great Day Essay. Essay Live. He's been on both of those. So
wow, he's famous.
He is famous. People have come in asking to see the rat. So,
no, really? That's crazy.
So anyway, and he's sitting on a money bag, which represents wealth. Yeah.
I want the tea he's around.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, I'm ready to get started. If you're ready for me to get started.
Perfect.
Right.
I'm gonna let you do your thing.
All right. And I'll kind of talk a little bit through it. So one of the things that you do when you're making tea with these vessels, you're gonna warm up the vessel. So you want everything nice and warm, and everything from the gaiwan that we're going to be making the tea in, and also into the pitcher. This is called a fairness pot, or a gong dao bei, and that is also going to use this. There are some styles of tea brewing where they don't use a gong dao bei or fairness pitcher, and they'll just serve the tea straight from here. They'll steep it and then just start serving the tea. What happens when you do that is someone's going to get a weaker flavor, and then someone's going to get a nice full flavor. So fairness pot. And we're warming up everything, and whatever we don't have left over,
He
gets it. So he gets his little showers. All right.
I see the handwork too. I see that, the pot, the lid, the pouring. Very nice.
All right. So now we're going to get everything is nice and warm. We're going to actually do a rinse on the leaves. So that's the first thing that we would do, is a rinse of the leaves. Also, you're considering purifying the leaves. And basically what it does as well is it actually helps to open up the leaves. So we're waking them up. We're going to wake these leaves up.
That's what you say about the rice in the refrigerator. When you gotta reheat it, you wake it up with a little water.
Okay. And that is doing that right now. So now that we're waking up the leaves, we're gonna. It's like a purifying. We're gonna go ahead and do a little rinse on them. You're showing your guests that. I really care about you. I want to wash away any little dust or anything that came on those leaves, as well as wake them up, get them ready, get them started. And once again, I'll go ahead and warm these up.
So every time we're using our water, we're hitting everything.
Everything. I want you to smell this.
That's that oolong.
Nice roastiness. And they've opened up a little. And they will really open up. So we're gonna let that steep a little bit longer.
Okay, perfect.
And so a tea like this, you could re-steep it at least 3, 4, 5 times, and just have a nice,
And it'll still have a strong enough flavor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course it'll change. All the sweetness is going to be on your first steep, maybe the first, second steep, and then it'll start getting into more, your roasty notes, and it just kind of changes. It depends on the tea that is. So this is good and ready.
So I do want to ask this, Tammy, how long have we been here?
We have been here since December of 2023.
Okay.
That's when I became fully operational. I was here a little. We actually opened up later, and we were here in 2022 toward the end, and it took a little bit for me to get the kitchen license and everything, but so we were fully open. Yeah.
And then how did you come to find out even about like the boutique space and all of that? Because I just moved in. Connections.
Actually, there's another long story about that. We probably don't have time for all that, but COVID interrupted a little bit of this because we were supposed to have opened up in 2020. I was ready to be in here. I had all the furniture, everything ready to go.
It might have been a blessing though, because imagine if you had already opened and then COVID had hit.
Yes, and I do, and I recognize that. So it wasn't the time, it wasn't ready yet, and so that's what happened with that. And but a friend of mine, they contacted me and said, "I'm sorry, it's not happening. It's not happening." So anyway, dream dashed, devastated. It was slightly devastating, but I'm a Christian, and I had a lot of faith and trust that, somewhere this is going to work out, because I couldn't have gotten that far and all of a sudden, no. So, I had a friend of mine who contacted me in 2020, and she said, it's 2020, and she said, no, I'm sorry. 2020, I guess almost close to 2022. Right. But she said, hey, there's this place opening up in the old service building. And it's going to have over 200 vendors in there. And she said, you need to contact them and see if they would be interested. Of course. And I was like, wow, okay. Because I was actually looking for a standalone place. And it just seemed like it's such a daunting task to do that. But anyway, I contacted them, and they were like, tell me your spell. Will you? The owner called me. Yeah. And so I explained to him, what I was, what I want to do, and he said, I like it.
And it really stands out because a lot of these other places, their jewelry, their clothing, their accessories. I mean, some stuff is like house appliance and little trinkets, but nothing else is like food or drinks. So.
And they really felt like this would be a compliment to the space. Like a draw, a place for people to go, stay, because they come, they eat, they go shopping. So, so I think it was a good fit.
Shout out to everything in perfect timing, right? You guys enjoyed that as much as I did. This was part 1 of our tea ceremony / interview with Miss Tammy Martinez. As she stated, she provides a lot of different services, and she gave us a little glimpse today. She let us walk with her through the tea, respect the leaf a little bit more, and there's more to come. I'll see you guys next time.